we are Maria, I'm Polly from Therapy, Recycle and Exorcise. And yes, we're very, very thankful for with STUDIO183 that they invited us to do this, takeover, this live streaming from our atelier in Cordoba, Argentina, where we are under lockdown. Yeah. Since 18 days, right? 18 days. 18 days. We cannot go out here in Argentina. The rule is that you can only go out to buy food. And we have been doing some tutorials about upcycling, and this was the idea, to share through this channel to reach more people and bring creative ideas for this time that we have to be at home. The best thing we can do is to stay home. And so we thought about a couple of ideas for this more or less 40 minutes that we're going to do this live streaming. And we have 3 steps that we're going to do. And one is we're going to show you how to do a wardrobe analysis. That's why we are not in the studio right now, but we are in Paula's bedroom. Oh. Because here in Argentina, in Cordoba, our atelier is in Paula's place, but we are now in her bedroom and with her personal wardrobe behind. And we're going to talk a little bit about doing a wardrobe analysis. The idea is that we think about how many things we buy and we have. And once we have done this analysis, what we're going to do, the second step, is to give you some very basic and simple ideas for upcycling, for recycling the things that you have. Maybe you find things that you are not been using for a long time. And for that part, we're going to go to our studio, which is next door, and inside the house. We don't go out. And the third step is very shortly, very quickly, we're going to talk about some face masks that we did recycling t-shirts. So let's go quickly start with the first part. And I'm going to be like a kind of interviewer. Yes. So I have my questions. And this practice, we want to encourage you to do it at home. Like, let's think now that we have time, we have a lot of time, we have time to rethink about our consumption habits, and this is the idea, to think and rethink, and maybe when things goes back to normal, we don't go back to normal, but we go back to better, or we go ahead and we're better, and we are more conscious about our choices and our habits. So I want to say this activity, this practice, we both are doing a very nice online course, and we recommend this page called Future Learn, and you have a lot of free online courses for this time. Is the best. Yeah. And we're doing this one called, yes, we're doing this one called Fashion and Sustainability. And on the 4th week, we found this very nice exercise, and we thought about sharing it with you, and it's a wardrobe analysis. So this is what we're going to do now, and the idea is to encourage you to do it as well, now that you have time also, like we have to do this. So when we do this, the idea is, yes, to rethink our consumption habits, and maybe we can change something in the future. So the first step will be to count the number of pieces you have in your wardrobe. Paula is going to be our test person today, and she already did it. Yeah. First of all, I want to give you some facts just to warm up and to understand why we do this exercise and why we recommend to do this. Yeah. First of all, 100 billion of clothes are produced each year. Imagine that amount. Clothing production has doubled since 2000. We buy 60% more items than 15 years ago. We keep our clothes for half as long as 15 years ago, so we discarded much more quickly than before. We just use only 40% of the clothing in our wardrobe. That is nothing. Yeah, this part is like breaking my brain. It's like, what we're gonna do today is try to think if it's really like that. Like, the idea is like every one of you think, if it's really like that with you, that 40% of the things that you have you don't use. Oh my God, a lot. And only 20% in the world is collected for recycling. Imagine all that amount that is going to
discarded to everywhere. So if we keep this level of consumption, we'll rise 63% by 2030. So we ask you kindly, please try to do this exercise and be more conscious about consumption. Yeah, and it was interesting because when we did it, we also we did the same. She counted the pieces and we started rethinking, even if we think that we are conscious, but there's always something that we can improve. Yeah. So this is like the general, the context right now in the world, how much we buy that we don't need. That's the problem, how many things we buy that we don't need actually. We just buy them because we see them on the window shop, because we were walking and we see them, but we're going to talk about that now. Yeah. So let's go to the first step, so we do this as short as possible. It was about counting how many pieces you have here. Wow, this is my very first time. So I counted 36 pieces like this. This is the part where I have 36 coats, jackets, and jerseys and dresses. I counted 23 pair of shoes. They are all there. You can see them. I have 28 pants, shorts, and skirts. 67 tops, tees, sweaters, and sweatshirts. 67? Oh my god! And I thought that I was that I had a very clean wardrobe. Okay. So 40 sports clothing items. You can see them here. I train a lot, so I need them. I really need them, and I keep it for years. I swear, that's true. And 23 bags, belly bags, and backpacks. You can see some here. A total of 217 items. Oh my god. 217. I thought that it was like more. Now this number sounds like really high, but then when I saw, like yesterday we were arranging she was arranging her wardrobe to do this, and it didn't look like so much, but when you start counting the number, it's like, what the fuck? And then, okay, let's go to the next step. So total 217. 217, you should count yours and you can realize how much stuff do you have in your wardrobe, because it's amazing. You can't believe it. There is the next question would be, this one is a little bit complicated. As accurately as you can, note which year you purchased each item. And then group them by date, order, and write down a timeline of how many pieces you bought each year. This was a little bit complicated for you. Yeah, I did it shorter, just to you understand now, then you can do it more in the details. So, my oldest item that I bought, it was 2010, and the newest is 2020. So you have a span of 10 years. 10 years in between. Of course, I donated, I swapped it, I put in circulation a lot of stuff since that year to now, but what I keep it's from 2010 to 2020. All that you can see here is from these 10 years. Yeah, because the thing is that you buy a lot of secondhand for recycling in our brand, in our project, and sometimes we both do the same. Some items stay with us. We say, no, I'm going to keep these. Then after a while you put it into circulation, so it's difficult for us to say. It's difficult. Actually, I used to be very shopaholic before starting with therapy. I have to say, I used to go to shopping weekly, and I used to be about amount of things that I don't really need it. And everything that changes as I start to work in therapy, in this therapy, in our brand, of course in therapy too. But with our brand, this changed my way of consumption. So now this has changed. I mean, I'm not buying a lot of stuff for me anymore. And also not many new stuff. No, like at all. But you counted how many new pieces you bought last year? Yes. In the last year, from 2019 to 2020, I bought 6 sport items and 1 pair of sneakers. My boyfriend, it's his fault because he took me to a sport shopping and he gave to me these old pieces, but I need it. I really need it, so yes, I use it. 6 pieces of underwear, counting socks, tights, underwear, everything. 3 pair of shoes and 2 bags.
All these items are new, not second hand or swapped or vintage. It's just brand new.
And this is also the idea when we do this analysis is to think about why I bought these items in which situation. And we were talking that because we don't go to shops, like for us it has become like totally against our idea of consuming, and going to a place where you find like 20 times the same shirt, 20 times the same dress. I don't know. It's a personal thing. We find it boring. We like much more to go to those places where you can jump into the clothes and like search and find a treasure.
It's always a surprise. You never know what you're gonna find there, and it's always fun.
But you did buy new stuff, and we were thinking, when was it? Like, okay, it was when normally it's when you have free time and you go on a trip, for instance.
Yeah, most of the time.
Because for me it's the same. Most of the times when I buy something new, which is very few times a year, is because I have free time. And I happen to be in the city center of a new city, and I happen to see something that I like, and maybe I don't need it, but I buy it anyway. Even if for us, it's like we said, it's like it became boring to buy new stuff, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it is also because we see a designer piece or an independent designer in Berlin or here in Argentina, and we really like what we see, and we want to support that.
Yeah.
This is one case, but normally it's, I don't know, it's for you the same, right? When you're traveling.
It's the same, except for the sport clothing that I use for training, and I need to buy sometimes.
So so it's nice to think why we buy stuff sometimes. We buy sometimes just because we are bored, not really because we need it, but because we are there and we see it and it's something new. So it's nice to think about
for feeling, I don't know, for feeling bad moments. I don't know, maybe you're sad or maybe you're, I don't know, angry, and you go out for shopping. Yeah. And I promise that I did that before, and it's not a solution at all.
No, because you want to buy more and more.
That's not failure.
I mean, we that's the reason why we call this brand therapy, right? It's because we realized that doing something creative with our hands, it was much more therapeutic than going buying something that the next day we will feel empty again. So this is actually the idea behind the brand and the name therapy, right? This is therapeutic creative therapy, that it is much more sustainable in the time, right? Like, because the feeling that you get when you do something with your hands is so nice, and it stays for a longer time than when you go buying something new. So we did already 2 steps: counting the items, thinking about the years, which year, how many pieces a year, and this one is related, like how many pieces you think you add and remove every year.
Well, in my case, for that we said before, it's complicated because we are constantly finding stuff for therapy. So most of the times I just keep some pieces that I really like from that findings. But then I think I'll stay with this piece, and then when I don't want it anymore, I just put it on circulation again. Most of the times I put it again on therapy. So my problem is I haven't a lot of space. Sorry, my English is not the best. I don't have. This is my wardrobe, and I share it with my boyfriend. So as you can see, not all this is mine. This is from him, this is from him, this is from him, this part and this part. So I have not too much space. So I try to keep this number that I told you at the beginning, like 200 pieces. I try to keep that number. So if I add something new, something that I already have there, it had to go out.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's my new.
But not to the trash.
No, of course, to circulation, as I said. Like, most of the time it goes for therapy. I re-recycle again, I re-upcycle again this piece.
Or other options are the clothing swaps or the flea markets.
Flea markets, second-hand markets, or in the worst of the cases, I mean, if I can't just take it out for a swap or whatever, I just give it to my nephew or to my mom. She likes some of my stuff, so I put it on circulation. I never throw up anything. Because I don't buy things that are at the are like disposable, you know. I try to buy very high quality things.
So this was the third question, and now the fourth question. This is interesting. Can you identify which items you wear the most?
Well, I can say that I normally wear pants, sneakers, and depending on the weather, shirts. As you can see, I have a lot of shirts because I use like cotton shirts or like tops or whatever in the summer. And if it's cold, jackets. I mean, I have some kind of fetish with jackets, with vintage jackets, of course. So I have many of these sporty jackets. So yeah, I try to, that's another thing, I try to keep the pieces that I normally use. For me, it's very comfortable to wear pants and sneakers. So normally I don't buy dresses or I don't buy many skirts because it's not a piece.
Se cambia la cámara. No sé por qué.
Sorry, we have some technical issues. Wait,
I'm gonna check.
No sé.
check.
Está bien ahí, pero se cambia la cámara.
¿Cómo se cambia?
No sé, espera.
Ahí.
No sé.
Ahí está.
Pero se da vuelta.
¿Se da vuelta?
Ujú. Sigan, sigan.
Okay. Wow. Sorry guys for the technical problems.
Más rápido.
Okay.
So,
And this. Okay. So which items you wear the most? That's
Yes.
the question.
Yeah.
And the idea behind this question is like, if we go to a shop and we see a dress that is amazing, but I'm always like riding a bike, right? Or a mini skirt. I have this. I love mini skirts, but I'm always riding my bike.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna be more like critical about my impulse of buying stuff because I have to think what I use normally. Also, it's nice to have to someday say I'm gonna buy something that I never use and I wanna try that.
Yeah,
of course.
it's
But
fun.
it's being practical and being efficient with the purchases you make. It's also a way of being sustainable. And we have two more questions and then we go to our atelier. What is the most expensive item in your wardrobe? Ta-da!
Oh my God.
I feel like the Kardashians here.
Yes, I have that side of me sometimes. So, yes, I have to find it. I have to separate it here.
Do we have to say the brand?
Yeah, I can say it. This is
Okay.
it's expensive because it's Acne Studio. This top. It's like crazy top, super cropped with stripes, amazing. That I bought in.
Maybe we take it off. Like we can
Yeah.
see better. Like
That's
that.
it. That's it. I love this.
Like this is the front.
Yeah, this is the front. I bought this top in 2016 in New York, and this is the most expensive thing that I have.
But this is nice. See, you buy something that is expensive, it doesn't mean that we have to buy expensive stuff. But if we do, sometime, once every
In
5
a while,
years,
at least
then
in
we,
my case.
we keep it. We keep it because
No,
it's not something that we
since-
can buy.
I mean, since the day that I saw, I fall in love, and I thought this is something that I'm gonna wear forever. I'm never gonna get tired of this. This is denim. This is a fabric that I love, and the shape and everything. So I wear it since then. I will wear this forever for sure.
Cool.
So you're not gonna be lucky that I'm gonna sell this. Never.
No, we're gonna be reusing it. But so these two last questions are about value, and this is a very important issue. What is value? Now we were talking about economical value, but the last question is about the emotional value. So
Yeah.
which items hold the most emotional value for you and why?
Okay. So I selected, I picked two pieces. This is one, is this coat. This is a vintage coat that I bought with my boyfriend in Paris. We had this beautiful, amazing trip together. And in that trip, my boyfriend realized how good it is to buy second-hand clothing. He
So
was
you-
more
Excited.
excited about it than me, so we entered to every second-hand shop in Paris, and I found this coat that I really love it because of the color and the shape, and
So
because
what
it brings
is
me very good memories.
Okay, so that's the value. The value is about it connects you with a person and a moment and a situation, a memory.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
cool. So these two last questions I find very interesting because they allow us to be more conscious about why why we stay attached to the pieces, why we keep these pieces, and it's like the idea is, as we said at the beginning, is to encourage you to, you're bored in these days at home and you have a lot of time, you go and check your wardrobe. And we're not going to do this now, but Paula did it yesterday. She was arranging and she put everything on top of the bed, and she found some pieces that you were not using anymore.
No.
So now we're going to go to the second part of our live streaming, and we're going to go to a studio, to our atelier, and let's see what we can do with these pieces that maybe you also have at home, and very simple ideas. Let's go! Okay,
Hello again. This is the studio next to my room. So this is the place where I work in Argentina. We are in Cordoba, Argentina. This is my studio. And yeah, next step is
Mate?
drinking a mate. This is something that we in Argentina love to do, and this is
Hey, I do it in Berlin also all the time.
So the alcohol now and mate are the two things that I never can go in my studio.
But now you see here the face mask. This is for the last part. Maybe we go to the idea.
Yeah.
If you come closer.
Yeah.
Mr. Filmmaker.
It's my boyfriend behind the
So
camera.
do we have questions?
They see me.
Do we have questions? Are there questions? Maybe we have some time at the end. If somebody wants to, we want to read some question or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see.
first of all, let's gonna do that. This is some of the pieces that it was in my wardrobe, and I take it out just to upcycle them, I recycle them, change them, and reuse this thing that it was maybe forgotten or abandoned in my own wardrobe. So maybe if you have a denim jacket that you're bored of wearing, you can just cut it and make it shorter.
Mm-hmm.
This is a simple option. You just need scissors,
Yes.
and you cut it out.
Yeah. So that's the option. If you don't have a sewing machine, just cut.
Just cut.
But you also did something very nice with other jackets. Like it was like long jackets, and what you did was like make them crop, but you put up the end of the jacket that was
Yeah, that was with the denim jackets, because sometimes they have like this.
Yes.
I don't know the name in English.
Yes, the stripe, and she made them shorter, and she put the stripe, but for that you need a sewing machine, of course.
Yeah. This is another option. This is the original jacket, and if you're bored of that, you can do this. Crop and put some elastic in the below.
So you did
can
here
adjust,
like
make it adjustable.
Yeah. You did like a small line, and inside you put the elastic band.
That's it.
Yes.
So you want to tell about the pants?
Yes, pants. Come on, a very basic idea. I think everybody did it, and if you haven't done that yet, come on, it's your time. This is the first thing.
Summer is coming there.
Summer is coming in Berlin. The first thing you do is like, I have this jean that I don't wear anymore, but I like it very much because it was high-waisted. This was mine. So what I did is turn it into a short. And it's very easy. You put one side on the table, and then you fold it and use this first cut as a guide in the other side. So it's very easy.
Or you can take your jeans and open the.
So they were boring,
Cut it
no?
out. Yeah, they were boring, just like very skinny denim black, and I just cut it in the knees, and I take out a little bit this part. Or you can just cut it here and make that this, how do you call it in English?
Biker.
Biker. You can do biker with this boring
Denim.
denim.
Yeah.
Like denim. Other option.
Another idea.
Crazy.
Yeah. Maybe with a pant, like from a suit, like a nice material pant. You just open on the sides, more or less, up to a point, and you see that it's not gonna like show. Well, it depends what you want to show. You can show more, less, whatever you want, and you just open
The sides.
the seam on the side, and
Yeah.
you make them open, and it's more
Super
loose.
easy. You even can do this with denim, with jeans that maybe are very like straight, and
Yeah.
you can just cut it in the sides.
Yeah, the important is that they are
It's
straight.
very nice.
It needs to be a pant that is straight, not like a stretchy.
No, not
pant.
this lane, not this
Not a
kind
lane.
of. Exactly. And then the shirts.
The shirts. Yeah. Well, we found this one on your wardrobe. It's still on the process.
Yeah.
And
But you can see like before,
yeah,
like a normal shirt, and you can turn it in something like this.
yeah.
Or this.
Yeah. So this, it's like it seems very easy, but some ideas that maybe you don't think about is like cutting off the neck. Like here you have the neck, and just cutting off this part. You always have the lower part of the neck, and you use that as a guide, and you just cut. You don't need to sew anything. You just cut above the line, and you take off this part. Maybe the shirt is like boring, as I said, and this looks a little bit more modern if you leave it like that. And then we just did a crop it. That's all we did with this jacket.
And
with
in this
shirt.
case, for instance, this one it does short sleeves, but this one has long sleeves like this one. We just cut it out, and with this, this, and you just sew.
Yeah,
the
we
part
did
of
like folding it a little bit, folding it, and then you just make some seams to adjust it so it doesn't move, and it stays always like folded, and it looks nice. It looks like cool, fresh. Also, we did here with the neck. We took off the neck, and we did it a little bit more cropped. So it was like you see, it's a men's shirt. It was huge men's shirt, but now it looks very nice when you wear it. Yeah, that's it.
So you have many options now and no excuses to go to your wardrobe and make these exercises and create new stuff from the things that you already had there. And for sure, when you do the cleaning, you are going to find many boring pieces or many things that you are not using since a long time.
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity to
And
make something useful about it.
For some of these pieces, we did tutorials, and they are on our IGTV, on therapy, understrich, Recycle Exorcise, underline, Berlin. On our IGTV, there are 2 tutorials. We're making more for this lockdown time. The idea is, as always, one of our ideas in therapy is to encourage people to do things themselves, to be creative at home with what you have, because that's the way we started. We ended up doing a bigger project and a brand and a way of living out of it. You don't need to make a brand, you don't need to get big or anything, but you can make a lifestyle out of it and be more conscious and more creative with the things that you have. And now it's the perfect time. Now it's really like the perfect time to rethink our habits. And the last part, we still have some time.
Yeah.
I mean, behind us, you can see our production. We are doing,
Actually, we are wearing. We
Yeah,
are wearing our production. But
We're
this is
doing
part of
things
the
a little bit
things.
more complicated. We have
Yeah.
the sewing machines, we have the overlock machine, and yeah,
We have
so
new
that's
pants.
what's behind.
This is gonna be sewn online.
Yeah. So we're working on our online shop.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we come up with some more ideas for our tutorials soon. But thinking about these very hard times, actually, we're trying to make them nicer. We're trying to bring ideas that you're home and be creative at home.
Sorry, we forgot something more that normally we can find in Berlin. Coats.
Yes,
with
coats.
big shoulders.
Yes.
What we do with big shoulders if you don't want to look like a robot.
Yeah, wait, guys, we forgot about this.
Yeah,
But there are
yeah.
more stuff here. So
Yeah.
this one, it was very simple because this jacket doesn't have a lining. It doesn't have a lining, so we just took off the shoulder pads. Very
That
easy
is super
cut.
easy and obvious.
Yes.
But we have this case.
Yeah, this one has
kind
a
of
lining.
coats that
A ver,
we
let's
can
see how it
find
looks.
a lot in Berlin.
I love the coat, but what about the shoulder pads? They're like too much.
Depends on the taste, of course. The taste is something personal, but we are gonna advise you how to take out this size of
For
shoulders.
this you only need a scissor,
Yeah.
like you know, like one with a point, with a pointy scissor.
I can show you the thing.
Yes. And what we do is you always have a seam on the lining on the place of the shoulder. Yeah, you can. If you don't have this, you can use a scissor, right? But this is great. It is the best invention in the world.
Yeah.
And we just open the seam where the shoulder pad is, and it's very easy. You just normally they are attached like with a with a little seam or whatever, and take it off. Looks much better, for sure.
Goodbye, shoulder pads.
Yeah, they're huge, right?
Huge.
We can do a face mask.
Yeah. Or a
And-
fake boob.
Trick. You don't need to open the seam from the other shoulder pad. You just go inside.
I learned this now. I used to open both sides.
No, you don't need to open both. You just take
Easier,
it to this
easier.
side. Yeah. Okay. Another face mask.
Or another fake boob. You can put it below the
Now we don't throw away anything. We use
No.
everything. So and this then you need of course to close it, right? But you don't need a machine for that. You just do it by hand
Yeah.
with a thread and a needle. Let's see how it looks now.
Oh my god.
Yes, much better. Applause. It's a little bit Matrix style. Okay.
But it changed a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I love it now. Can I keep it? Of course. Okay. And we forgot about these two also.
Yeah.
This it's also in one of our tutorials. It's these are simply tusha. How do you say? Bandanas. And we cut them in the middle, and we did two tops. There are two different ways of doing the top, with a string that goes inside, goes here and down. This string, you make it with a t-shirt. You just cut like 3 centimeters from a t-shirt, an old t-shirt that you want to cut, and then you pull it, and then you get this very nice string. And the other one, it's with a little elastic, just like that. It's a little elastic, and it looks like that.
Yeah. We did on the tutorial that we have on our online and our Instagram. It's in Spanish, but maybe you can just check it and
Yes.
it's super easy.
And the last
but
part,
not
last but
least.
not least, is the part with the mask. Here we have to name our very good friend from Lisa. And she and a partner, they have uploaded. They have a website called Masquerade Brigade, and we are sharing this website and her tutorial on our blog, on our page, therapy-berlin.com, or you can go directly to masqueradebrigade.com, and they have this very nice tutorial, very easy to make this face mask with shirts. So this is from cotton, and there you will find, like, on her website, on her page,
This is our website.
yeah, this is ours, where we share some of her ideas,
Míralo así.
and also we did this post in our blog where we share many tutorials. The first part is in English, like we share why not and whatever with the mask, and how to wear them, how to wash them. That's a tutorial from Lisa and her friend Bia Farao and Lisa Simpson, but that's also on their website. But we have more tutorials. We have collected a couple, and this one is very nice. We're gonna do our own, improving this one, because this one is a face mask that you can do without a sewing machine. Without having a sewing machine, you just need a scissors and an old t-shirt. But this one that we share is a simple one where you cannot put a filter. Based on that and taking some ideas of that, we did one with a old t-shirt, and it's double. So you can put a filter inside. Now we're gonna say something about the filters. But this one is like just with a scissors and an old t-shirt. And these are the ones made following the instructions from Masquerade Brigade, from Lisa and
It's
Lia.
super easy to give, like, you can take like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes to
and remember that what you need is an old t-shirt that maybe the idea is not to throw away anything. The idea is that maybe you want to make that t-shirt shorter, and what is left from cutting the t-shirt is what we are going to use for this. Even the strings, as I said before on the top, the strings are 3 centimeters from the t-shirt, and then you pull and you get the strings.
That's everything on the Masquerade Brigade tutorial.
Yeah, on their tutorial. And on our blog we have we also have tutorials in Spanish. So we have the whole text and many tutorials in English, and then we have the translation into Spanish, en español. For our family that are complaining that we do things in English and
No. I want to thank to Gemma Gomez. She's from Fashion Revolution and Slow Fashion Next Spain. So she allowed us to use its blog, where she has a lot of information, tutorials, patterns, and actualized information about how to use masks, how to wear them, how to take care of them, how to wash them.
Yeah. So we read everything. We read from Slow Fashion Next, and we read from these girls, and we read from the World Health Organization, and we put everything together as simple as possible. Because we are seeing that it is happening day by day. Like last week it was not like that, but this week we have some provinces in Argentina, and we even have some cities in our province, not here in the capital of Cordoba, but in some cities it is already obligatory to go out wearing a mask. And it was very confusing at the beginning. Still people don't know what to do, but the very last conclusion is it is better than anything. Of course, it is not enough alone. You still have to wash your hands, and you have to wash the mask every time you use it, but everything is there. So we encourage you to make your mask and not go buying professional masks. Leave those for the people working on the front line, on the hospitals, on the clinics. Let's make our own masks, recycling things at home. We have time, we have old t-shirts for sure.
For sure, and it's super easy, and we have a lot of instructions here or collected in our website.
Yes.
So now you have all the information in one only site where you can take it
and the filters we also explained there. This also we also learned from Masquerade Brigade, from Lisa and Bia. We just need paper napkins. One paper napkin, you fold it and you put it inside. And even better is when you take this tissue paper. Tissue paper inside. You put it inside. You cut it a little bit to make it fit, because these masks are open and you can put the filter here. So this everything things that we have at home, right?
Yeah. So it's super easy.
Okay. I think we're very good on time.
Yeah. How much it took all day?
Yeah, we have 40 minutes.
Okay, that's great.
I hope you enjoy it. I don't know if there are questions, but anyway, you can write us. You can write us like with ideas that maybe you have a question, you want to do something with something that you find in your wardrobe and you don't know how to do it,
or maybe you can just want to show us what you did.
Yes,
so you can just tag us or send us a picture of it, and we can share it. Of course,
we share it.
Yeah, and that's it. I don't know, maybe any question that you have, just send us a message or just an email or whatever.
And again, we want to say thank you very much to STUDIO183.
Thank you
for giving us the space.
Online hangout.
Yes, and always supporting us. They are very supportive with us, and we're always happy to share and to open and show. Maybe we can show a little bit of Cordoba.
Yeah,
say
we have this last second,
and because
we're going to say goodbye to you through
our
balcony.
Yes, that we are both here. I'm not in Berlin because I was visiting my family here. I came in February and now I cannot travel, but I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
But I'll be back. I'll be back in Berlin, I hope, between May and June. Let's see when we can travel again. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. But
meanwhile,
let's go to say goodbye to our balcony.
So guys, we show you a little bit of Cordoba, our city. It's very sunny. It's quite empty. And there is some people on the street.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay guys, thank you so much. Bye.